How's it going, everybody? It's been a while since I've made a video. I want to make a quick video on this barn slash what I call it, like a hybrid lean-to, or like a hybrid run-in barn. So after doing all that research on prices for the run-ins and everything, I knew that I needed a place to actually store my tack and feed, and maybe some kind of dry feed storage and hay storage. So I didn't want to just actually get just your traditional run-in. I could have done that for pretty cheap, but I wanted something that was kind of like a crossover, because if I did the run-in, then a few months later, I'd have to start looking for building a barn, and that was really expensive. So I kind of wanted a barn slash run-in, at least for my purposes now. So I want to show you what I ended up going with. I looked online for all sorts of ideas. I got inspiration here and there and kind of put all this together. So I hope that it helps somebody who's kind of maybe in the same place I am, or maybe they're getting to where what their current situation is, they need something a little bit more. So I try to kind of future-proof the best I could. And again, because I'm new to horses and just animals, big animals in general, I didn't really have the experience of knowing what I needed or what I wish I had to be able to put into this. So I did the best I could. I talked to my brother, he's got horses, and trying to learn as much as I could from him, what he's glad he's got, what he wishes he did. So I'm gonna quit rambling. I'll show you what I've got, and I hope it helps somebody out there. Thank you all so much for watching. Okay, here's the barn. The size is 24 feet wide and 48 feet across. So I'd originally wanted, I think, 24 by 30 something, and the guy that constructed this was really helpful, and he had recommended I go ahead for not much more money and just bump it out, just to keep every section an even 12 by 12. So that is my tack room, that's a 12 by 12. That's one run-in, that's a 12 by 12. That's a second run-in, that's a 12 by 12. And that feed room is also a 12 by 12. She's gonna come over here and say hi. So I can always build out. Okay, here's the side view of it. Let me back up just a little bit. So it has a porch on it, so that's of course also 12 feet wide. So that enables me, gives me lots of flexibility, like I said, in the future, to actually enclose that in or do whatever I need. But I knew that I wanted a place where I could saddle my horse and eventually horses in the dry area, have a dry area maybe that they can run to when it just rains, or maybe just to get out of the snow or whatever it is. And yet they still have that liberty of going in and out without being confined. So it's already been so useful, and I'm glad I did that. Let me show you along the back now before we go inside. My horse, she's just following me around. She's more like she thinks she's a dog. She's so inquisitive. But so here's the back door to what I use as my tack room. So I just kind of wanted to have this as close to the fence. So again, for the future, I may very well put some kind of roof back here, put some gravel, maybe make it more of a hay storage. So I don't really know, which is why I also put them doors there in each run-in, so I could feed them from the back. In the wintertime, I like to keep my horse kind of out in the pasture as much as possible. So I right now don't stall them, but in the wintertime, if I need to, really bad weather, I've got that flexibility. So I may eventually actually put like a fence. It's probably 12 feet or so from the fence to the corner of my barn. So I can enclose that, and that'll give me kind of back access, and I don't have to come all the way through the pasture. So got kickboard all the way up. And then these doors here, we'll open them up like this. Okay, and it's right here. This is, like I said, one of the run-ins. And originally this wasn't a stall. I had built that when the guy that I had hired to finish this, when he finished it, when he finished it, it was just two run-ins. So here's the second one that's actually now in her stall. So that's kind of how I did her stall, and I'll show you more. She's here to give you a tour too. Her name is Pearl. She's a Missouri Foxtrotter, so she's here to tell you all about it. So there's her trough, and like I said, she'll come. She's got free access. She'll come in and out. When I first got her, I actually did stall her every night just to transition her to the grass, so I can limit and know exactly what, how much grass I was giving her. Watch out, girl. Hey, watch out. Go. Okay, so here's a back angle of it right here. This is what is my feed room. She's just insistent on being part of this tour. Okay. So here's her stall. It's just real simple. When I made this, it was the post already, the divider, because again, this is 12 feet. So I just actually put a 2x4 up against there, as you can see, and then I strung across the deck boards and tied it up in here. I made a divider, hung a little 4-foot farm gate. Okay, then over here, just put in a post, 4x4 post. Put that a couple feet in the ground. Again, ran the same deck boards as well. And she's got plenty of room to come in and out. I think 12x12 is a good, safe size. Just checking stuff out. I also wanted to mention I had this bird netting in. It was extra, but let me tell you, it was probably about $200 or $300 extra. And it was absolutely worth it, because even on my house, I'm constantly fighting birds in the spring and barn swallows and every kind of bird imaginable, trying to build nests on my porch. So this has been an absolute great thing here, keeping birds and any kind of squirrels or critters out thus far. So here's a run in. Like I said, right now we've only got one horse, so I'm gonna try and leave this, as long as they get along great, I'm gonna actually try and leave this open. But should they kind of start having issues, or if I actually need to get them both stalled separately for whatever reason, I've always got this option too. I can do it. I'll do it just like that other one. So now that I've showed you this, let's now go on the inside. Okay, here's the tack room. Still a work in progress. Still kind of working. I'm trying to let everything evolve in how many horses I end up with and how my routine is before I really do much more to it. So for right now, just got my saddle, my pad, my bridle, and set up there in head stall. And then I've got all my halter and lunge lines and everything there, sprays. So just had him put this Advantech flooring in, and then had this up here. And then I went ahead and went with this tongue and groove ceiling, just again to keep critters out. I don't want mice, and we'll keep them to an absolute minimum. So there's that back door. See this back door? Just leads right back outside to where we were a second ago. Okay, now here's my feed room. And my horse may follow me in here because she's gonna think she's gonna get a snack. Okay, so here's my feed room. I still need to get some barrels or shelves or something to put that feed on. So this is just the hay I have so far. There's still plenty of room. I could fit quite a bit in here, and I've got this window in here as I do on the other side. So I highly recommend a window, both for natural light and also just ventilation and everything. So same thing on this side. Got the tongue and groove, and of course the kickboard all the way around. So this right here, more than likely, we'll probably end up going outside if I end up doing some kind of expansion, but this is just for now. Again, when I first got this, I didn't really know how involved I'd get and what all I'd get, so I'd try and kind of think ahead, because I certainly didn't want to pay this kind of money to just get some kind of run in and then have to turn right around and get a barn. So let me see if I can back out and give you a better visual of it. Here's this here. So it can fit a lot of stuff. So this is a 12x12 room. So my two options that I was initially wrestling with was the actual, if I should do all wood or a metal and wood mixture. I initially thought I wanted wood, but after getting all the pricing from these different companies that do off-site builds and then get it delivered, it was not only just as much, if not more, than getting it built on site, but then I also had to prepare the ground and put money into leveling the right pad and getting it anchored and all that. So I then decided to do the on-site build, and then again I got on-site estimates for all wood versus this, and I mean I got so many estimates to the point of absolute exhaustion. So I ended up going this route, getting it built on-site, pole barn style construction. I couldn't be happier with the finished result, and I hope this gives you some inspiration, maybe some ideas if you're kind of in the same situation, looking for some ideas and inspiration on how to get the barn or some kind of setup. I think quite confidently I could get a couple horses in here, if not even 3, maybe 3 if they get along really well, but obviously at least 2. So thank you all again for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or additionally any ideas on what I could do, you know, with building it out. There's so many options, and I'm real thankful for that. So we'll talk to y'all later, and thanks again for watching.